Okay, you guys, what we're going to do today is day 112, and I want you to get out of your alignment lessons after the party, and there are 3 problems on there. It's titled After the Party. So what you should do now is you need to pause the video and you need to pull out day 112 after the party. After that, you are going to title your page Day 112, Multiplying Fraction by Fraction. Okay, the directions say, after the party, there were some questions that the students and teachers wanted to answer. In the space provided, or the back of this page, solve each problem using fraction bar drawings. Okay, so problem number 1 says, the entire 5th grade collected 1/2 of cans in the school recycling bins. Mr. Chang's 5th grade class collected 1/4 of those cans. How much of the cans did the bins were collected by Mr. Chang's class? So first off, we know this is going to be a multiplication problem because they are asking what is 1/4 of 1/2. So we're going to set up our problem with 1/2 times 1/4. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we need to draw an area model, a rectangle, and it says the entire 5th grade class collected 1/2 of the cans in the school recycling bins. So I'm going to cut this in half because this section right here is what the 5th grade students did. The other half was the cans were collected by the rest of the school. So 5th grade did an awesome job. Okay, then it said Mr. Chang's 5th grade class collected 1/4 of those cans. So first of all, I'm going to label this as 1/2, and I'm going to shade in 1/2 So then again, this yellow stuff, this highlighter, represents how much 5th grade collected. Now, what we're going to do is it said 1/4 of the cans were collected by Mr. Chang's class. So I'm going to put 1/4 over here. Then I'm going to break this all into 1/4, or into fourths. And now I'm going to color in 1/4. So now I'm trying to only look at the sections that are horizontal, not the vertical part, and I'm going to color in or shade in 1/4. So if you look, I have now shaded in 1/4, or 1 of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now it said how much of those cans in the bin were collected by Mr. Chang's class. Well, what we're going to do is we want 1/2, we know 1/2 was collected by 5th grade, but 1/4 of that half was by Mr. Chang. So we're going to look at what was overlapped. And we have 1 box out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means 1/8 of the cans that were collected at school were from Mr. Chang's class. Okay, so 1/4 of the entire can collection. But if you want to look at it, you can say that was 1/4 of the 5th grade. So they did an awesome job, and the answer is 1/8. And if you want to put a little note, you can write number of boxes overlapping over number of boxes total. Okay, so that's what that represents. 1 comes from the number of boxes that overlaps, and then the 8 comes from the number of boxes total. And a way you can check yourself is when we multiply this old-fashioned way, the standard way, 1 times 1 equals 1, 2 times 4 equals 8. So here are two methods, method 1, method 2, and that's a great way to use both. You can use both methods on a test, and that shows that you know multiple methods to solve a problem, and that's a level 4. Okay? Now, if you're still a little confused, that's okay. We've only done one problem. We still have 2 more to go. Number 2 says, at the end of the ice cream party, there was 1/3 of a container of whipped cream remaining. So I'm going to go ahead and write 1/3. The principal used 1/2, so I'm going to write 1/2 of the container for his sundae. How much of the whipped cream container did he use on his sundae? So we know we are looking for a portion of the 1/3. So we know we're going to have a multiplication problem. I'm going to go ahead and draw my area, or my rectangle. And if we look back at the problem, it says there was 1/3 of a container of whipped cream remaining. So I'm going to break this into thirds. 1, 2, 3. So I've broken it into 3 parts. And there was only 1/3 that was left over. So I'm going to highlight 1/3. Okay. Of this 1/3, the principal used half of it. So I'm going to cut this in half. And because I'm looking for the percent or the fraction of the whole, I'm just going to continue and draw this line all the way over. And I'm going to shade in 1/2. So there you can see this is 1/2. Here's another half, but he only used 1/2. He didn't use 2 halves. So now I'm going to circle how many are overlapped. So I have 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my answer is 1/6. The principal used 1/6 of the whipped cream, of the whole whipped cream. While he did use 1/2 of what was there, he actually used 1/6 of the whole bottle. Now problem number 3. The community center has large recycling bins for the neighborhood to use. Of all the bins, 1/4 are recycling cans. So I'm going to write 1/4. If Lance Elementary School filled 1/3 of the bins for recycling cans, what fractions of all the bins did Lance Elementary fill? So I know we're going to look at 1/3. What we're saying is we are going to be finding what 1/3 of 1/4 is. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and draw our rectangle. And it said, of all the bins, 1/4 are recycling cans. So I'm going to break this into fourths. And I'm going to shade in 1/4. Okay. If Lance Elementary School filled 1/3 of the bins for recycling can, so this 1/4 represents the community center. 1/3 of this 1/4 was from Lance Elementary School. So we're going to break this into thirds. And we're going to shade in 1/3. The reason we're going all the way across is because we're now trying to look at this whole, and this whole, and that together makes thirds. So now we're going to look at what's overlapped. We have one box that's overlapped out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 boxes. If you want to draw an arrow, you can say this 1/4 represents the community center. this 1/3 represents Lance Elementary, and this represents Lance Elementary. So you're probably thinking, why is this Lance Elementary and this is Lance Elementary? This is Lance Elementary of the community center. Okay, so we're looking for a fraction of two fractions. If you still have any more questions, feel free to write them down and bring them to school with you tomorrow. I hope you have able to grasp this and understand this. Remember, you can always replay this. You can also pause this to help you copy the notes at a pace that works best for you. But it's really important that you have these notes. Then what we can do in class is we can really practice them, the strategies together. Remember, on Case 21 in EOG, you will be expected to read charts like this, but you do not have to solve charts this way. You just have to know how to read it. Then you can solve it with the method that works best for you. You do not have to solve this method or use this method on Case 21. You just have to know how to read it. For example, we can all look at a toilet and see that it's clogged, but some people might use a plunger where other people might just go ahead and straight call a plumber and let them deal with it. But no matter what, you're trying to solve the same problem, but you're going about it with a different method. Thanks.